Today's International Men's Day. What are the things you would like to say to men who are struggling with their mental health?
It's not weak to ask for help if you need it, and it doesn't make you less of a man. I should know. ETA said it in a further comment below, but for anyone out there feeling that they can't talk to anyone, I will listen to you. I'm just some random stranger on the internet who doesn't know you in real life. There are no repercussions in talking to me if that's one thing that's holding you back. I'm just maybe a chance for you to feel better. Second edit, thanks to whoever gave me silver, I just wish I had remembered to switch from my porn account first, lol. Third edit, and thanks for the gold. I'm glad to see people agree with the message, because it's really important to me that it gets out there to anyone who needs to see it.
Depression is a liar, it tells you lies. Try to remember that in your dark and rough times, it is really good at manipulating your feelings.
A lot of people are here to parrot the same basic phrase, it's not weak for men to express how they're feeling, don't be afraid to open up. As a dude who's been through extreme depths of mental health, I want to stand up and say this. No matter how well-intentioned you may be, simply stating this online is not enough to change anybody's life. Most of the men I know aren't actually afraid to admit what's wrong. Not at all. The problem is that many people in general, but especially us guys, in my experience, are used to receiving zero empathy for our problems, or in some way or another, inviting more drama if we tell people close to us about them. Not everybody is a worthy listener. Women, in particular, aren't magically all saints who you can actually trust when the going gets tough. A lot of us know what it's like to have people close to us either admit that it's unattractive if we're vulnerable, or simply take whatever delicate information we confide in them about and run with it. This is depressingly common. If you want men to feel like opening up, you have to be an actually well-adjusted human being yourself who is worthy of hearing about the private issues of this man who you're hoping will feel ready to discuss them. 99% of the time, it's best to accept most people are not that. Being more stoic on average and feeling less of a need to process things by talking about them is advantageous in this society. Too many people are full of crap. I'm going to say professional therapy with someone who deserves their job because they know how to treat clients is the closest thing available to a lot of the general public to an environment where we can actually talk. Not everyone can foot the bill for that. Please pay attention to how you treat people. Understand that usually being guarded makes perfect sense for a lot of us.
Guys, hear me out on this. Foremost, you aren't the only one thinking, feeling, being mentally unwell. It will feel like that, I promise you. Your mind is lying to you when you hear that inner voice say, nah man, no one knows about this beep except you. Your boys don't go through this beep. Your family can't know you are struggling. No one else feels like this, just you. Better not say anything. They might judge you or insert fear reason here. That is categorically false whether us men will collectively admit it or not. Best advice my shrink ever gave me was permission to feel crappy. Permission to tell myself that it's okay to feel bad. For a moment, freedom to accept those emotions because they are real, they exist, and they are happening right beep now. So how can I say this? Because I struggle. You read that right, present tense. I struggle. Every day is a choice to either give in or fight. Some days are easier than others, but even I feel down. I know it will pass and I'm no less human. And for feeling like beep, so now you might feel okay for a hot second with your newfound permission to accept the very real feelings you have. Great, but your journey is just starting. It's gonna be hard, man. I won't lie to you. It's gonna take a lot of work. This journey will have setbacks. Pick one person in your life that you trust most. Friend, family, significant other. Pick that person and be a little honest with them. Start by saying something like, hey X, I haven't been feeling great lately. Yeah, I think this insert general reason here has been getting to me. I think I'm gonna go talk to a professional about it. Does that make you vulnerable to another person? Yes. Does that put you at risk for any kind of reaction? Absolutely. But it also gives you a controlled environment to practice being honest to yourself and with someone else. 'Cause let's face it homie, you haven't been honest with yourself up to this point and I'm thinking you need the practice, now that you did a little PR. Actus run, you gotta jump into the game. Player, if you don't play the game, you'll never win. Take stock of what resources you have. If you have medical coverage, go online and look for mental health providers. If you have employee assistance programs (EAP) through your job, you typically have some access to at least a few free sessions. This is your start. This is your opening to talk with someone. Be honest, be vulnerable. Caveat here fellas, not all mental health providers are the same. Just like people, you want like everyone. Make some phone calls, have some initial conversations to see if the provider can make you feel comfortable and confident they can assist you. There has to be some mutual trust and respect if you and the professional are gonna accomplish anything. That is how you get started. That is how you break things down into small steps. That is how you go from being horrible on the couch to being horrible at the shrink to being less horrible at home. It's a journey. Not a light switch. Show your strength and courage by being honest. It's the strongest thing you can ever do. I should know. It saved my marriage. *edit. Thank you for the awards. *edit 2. I've never received a good award before. I'm humbled and honored. In brutal honest fashion, I was struggling a little this AM and had a really long day of work. I log in to see this and it brightened up my night. Thank you.
Feel free to take your time on things, don't overthink it, and just take a break. Take your time. Life isn't meant to be lived fast, so don't feel pressured to keep up. Take time to notice what's around you instead of continuing forward.
As a man with mental health issues myself, it's okay to cry. Doing so doesn't make you weak or any less of a man.
The awful way you feel? The terribly cruel way you tell your story back to yourself. Those are symptoms. Like an upset stomach or a fever. No big deal. You just need some treatment. Maybe therapy, maybe medicine. You wouldn't just walk around with a stomachache for years, blaming yourself for being too weak to live happily with an eternal stomachache. You'd go to the doctor. Same with mental health. If you've got symptoms, work on getting some treatment.
Don't forget to breathe. Always helped me. Edit. This got more traction than I thought it would. It might sound obvious, you gotta breathe, but breathing is an automated function, which when stressed accelerates and hyped up your body. Taking back that bodily function in stressful situations, and manually controlling how you breathe will help your stress levels calm down a little. Obviously I'm not a trained professional, however this works for me, so it's bound to help someone.
I don't know whether it really fits the topic, but you know how everyone always says you have to treat your girlfriend like a queen, but every queen has to take good care of her king. Don't date anyone who does not treat you like a king. Relationships can sometimes be really unhealthy, but you might not notice it. They can totally ruin your mental health, so be careful. Also, if you need anyone to talk to, feel free to DM me. Talking to someone can really help sometimes, though not as much as a visit to a therapist. Guys, whatever you are currently going through, you have my support.
Being a straight male does not mean you can't have some feminine qualities and still be straight. Wanna look good, even just for yourself? Do it. Wanna spice up a room with decor and balance out the colors and zen? Do it. Wanna get a good cologne that you like, body wash that gets you clean but isn't shaped like an oil can, shampoo and conditioner to keep your hair smooth and healthy, and a good face wash and brush to keep your pores clean? Do it. There's obviously a lot of examples, but the above seems to be tied more to gay, bi, or trans men, but it absolutely is not limited to just them. Do what makes you feel good. It took several years being married to understand this. My wife helped tremendously with this too, and holy hell, I haven't felt this confident in, well, ever. That being said, I mentioned LGBTQ+ men, the same thing goes for you guys too. I'll fully admit, I'm a straight male, so I don't fully understand much in all reality. But the little I've learned, you guys don't need to feel like you have to fit the stereotypes. I'd like to ask someone else to take over with good examples here, because I'd rather the correct info be said, instead of having me wildly guess and assume. I have too much respect for the LGBTQ+ community to do that. Moral of the comment. Don't be WHO others think you should be. Be true to yourself, ABD your own comfort/interests. Anyone who disagrees doesn't actually care about you. At most, they definitely care about how they look and or feel over your own self-interests.
Beep Amber Heard. Edit. If you don't know what this is, Amber Heard is Johnny Depp's ex-wife. She emotionally and physically abused him, and in court she clearly stated that he was not abused because he was a male. He lost his job and she won the case. Edit 2: Thank you kind people for the silver.
It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Get help. I thought I could handle it on my own. As soon as I started therapy, I'd wished I'd done it sooner.
Part of manning up or whatever is having the strength to tell someone when you're not doing okay or need help, and I love you and there is hope.
Hey dude, nice cock.
The mostly female mods at Ask Men said we aren't allowed to talk about mental health. The cycle continues.
Well, what people usually say is, don't be afraid to ask for help, but what people don't know is that most people don't give a beep and there aren't much help for men with mental issues. I've been struggling for years with self-harm and suicidal thoughts, but I've had to try to cope on my own. Whenever a man speaks out about not feeling great, a man or a woman is always quick to retort that, you should stop feeling sorry for yourself, or, you're a man, you've got nothing to complain about, and that includes medical personnel. Even therapists say things like that. Every day is Men's Day, some say, but no, not for all men. But yeah, I'll most likely just get downvoted for this, or people will tell me I'm lying. That's how it usually goes.
Can't wait to see all the single moms or men too. Posts.
FCK everyone who says to you to man up.
Hey me, hang in there.
Obligatory beep Google, they have doodles for everything now, including stuff like International Applesauce Day, but Men's Day is not important enough to them. Just goes to show how much men's mental health is prioritized nowadays.
Ignore the toxic women who are stating things like #yeselman and #killallmen, and don't let it color how you feel about women in general, as 99% are not like that. Talk to people and don't be afraid to share your feelings. Therapy does not make you weak. Body image issues do not make you weak. Kindness does not make you weak. There is no such thing as manning up. It's okay to admit you can't emotionally handle a situation.
Gives the nod when you know. You know. You know.
If she says you are mansplaining, then tell her to eat SHT.
That your worth is not tied to what you give/provide. You are loved and enough.
All men are kings.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more quality content every day.